Hey, friends. So, you're going to want to hear this crazy story that happened to me when I was in the hospital a few days ago. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Keep watching. Hey, friend. What is up? It is Dr. Burgundy. Welcome back to my channel. Now, I'm just going to get right into it. Today is Tuesday, and last Saturday, I was in the hospital because I had surgery on Friday. Now, on Friday, I had my third neuroembolization on an aneurysm on the left side of my brain. And after I got out of surgery, I was in ICU and I had an amazing nurse. Like every time I'm in the hospital, I always have like the best doctors, the best nurses, the best hospital period. Like I'm always blessed in that way. Thank God. And thank God my surgery went very well. And as far as I can tell, everything is going wonderfully. But while I'm in ICU, I had this amazing nurse. She never left the room. Like she was just a very calm, present help. She went out every now and then to handle some nurse stuff or whatever, but she was there. And so it's late at night. I can't sleep because I'm still in ICU. It's very loud and very bright. And apparently one of the nurses, it was her last day, so a lot of them were hype and congratulating her and missing her and giving well wishes. So I think it was louder than it normally would have been because they were kind of all like in a sad celebratory mood, happy for their colleagues. So I heard all of that. Okay, I heard all their conversations. So 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, I still couldn't sleep. I was still up. But anyway, the nurse was there, and so as the night is progressing, 'cause again, she was there by my side from the afternoon all the way until she got off her shift ended. And so she's like, "So what do you do for work? Or what do you do for a living?" And then I was like, "I'm a chiropractor." And she's like, "Okay, do you have your own practice?" Which is always a follow up question. It's always a follow up question. Do you have your own practice? And so I mentioned to her, well, actually, up until a few weeks ago, I did have my own practice, but I made a decision to step away from it. Had it for 5 years. It got old. I wasn't feeling it anymore. Too much pressure. The money wasn't jumping like it was before, so I had to step away from it. And I mentioned that now I'm working for another group, and it's amazing. I don't have any of those stresses. Everything is all good. So after I had gotten out of surgery, and up until that moment, all of my vitals, every last one were within a normal range, including blood pressure, pulse, oxygen saturation. Like my blood work, everything was just perfect. A1. They were telling me, hey, you're progressing great. You may be released tomorrow. Everything's good so far. Everything's great. So when I'm talking to her about how stressed I was having my own practice, I wasn't feeling anything in my body. I promise you. I wasn't feeling stressed at that moment. I wasn't feeling anxious. I wasn't feeling bad. I was just neutral. I was just telling the story because right now, mentally, I'm already in the new era. My new era is I make a lot of money and I don't have to work hard for it. I'm just doing what I love and the money's just coming and I'm not worried about business side stuff. So life is good for me. I wasn't feeling any kind of way when I was talking to her about it. As I'm talking to the amazing nurse, we were just having a great conversation about it. It wasn't negative. Listen, why did the machine start going off? Because my vitals start going irregular. My blood pressure shot up. Like it was shooting up and it was beeping and it was the cup was squeezing my arm trying to recheck it. Man, she was like, oh my God. Like I shouldn't have asked you about work. I should not have asked you about work. And I look and saw the numbers. I'm like, see, I made the right decision. I should have. I made the right decision. Quitting that company, shutting it down, and just moving on to something a lot easier. Nothing wrong doing something easier. Nothing at all, because my life is easy. But it was funny because I realized at that moment, or was reminded that my brain doesn't know the difference. My brain does not know whether or not I'm experiencing what I'm talking about right this second or if I'm already experiencing, if it's a memory. My mind went back to the time period which I had my practice and I was living under all the stress, the huge decisions I had to make, just the weight of it all. And my body started responding immediately, and it responded in a negative way. The blood pressure was like, girl, this you're stressed. This ain't it for you. And the reason why it is because, again, as I just mentioned, the brain does not know if I'm going through that situation right now or, again, if it's a memory. The body responds. Okay. And the reason why the body responds is because when we're telling a story or thinking about something, it activates our amygdala, which is our fear and emotion center. And it also activates the hypothalamus, which is the memory center. And these two centers of the brain light up just as if we were experiencing it right there. And as a result, all the stress hormones that we would normally feel when we're in a situation that's stressful will flow through our body and cause a physiological response that I was experiencing when my blood pressure was going crazy. It also hits the stress replay button, which is basically the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. Now, when these three things are triggered together, it causes a stress response in our body that releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. It basically puts us in a fight or flight. Okay, so I was reminded, girlfriend, Burgundy, when you have been released from a situation, when you have been delivered with a T from a situation, don't even talk about it. Don't even talk about it. This has worked well for me most of my life. It may be kind of unhealthy. It might be kind of healthy. There are many things that I cannot remember, and again, it could be unhealthy. But you do you. My brain has literally blocked out things that were negative in my life, breakups, negative experiences when I was growing up. There are lots of things I cannot remember, like situations with people if it went left and if it was really bad or traumatic. I do not remember the details. I remember the highlights, but everything is buried. Okay, it is buried and locked away in a vault. Okay, I have no direct memory of a lot of negative things. That's why it's just easy for me to just kind of, just move on. Move on. I mean, I'm not putting myself in a negative, in an unsafe situation by forgetting what somebody did to me and still like involving myself with them, or forgetting that if I touch a stove, it's hot and touching stoves everywhere I go. I'm not doing that. But I don't live in the past. I do not live in the past. I do not ruminate about old relationships. I do not ruminate about old bosses. I do not ruminate about tests that I might have failed or things like that. So reminding me, sister, girl, Burgundy, you have been delivered from that amazing experience of running your own business. Ha- Although it was hard, not everything is going to be easy in life. But I'm going to stop telling the story. The story is done. It's over. Okay. Right now, I'm in my rich girl era, my easy mode era, the way things have usually been for me. I'm back to her. Okay. The period when I was having my, being a boss babe and struggling and stressed out and dealing with employees, those days are over. Okay. And I'm not going back to it. Okay. So I'm not talking about it anymore because I'm in my healthy girl era with low blood pressure, no aneurysms, lots of fun experiences with my friends, lots of time to spend with my friends and family, and plenty of money in the bank for retirement, and eating a bunch of crap that I want to eat and shop and blow my money the way I want to blow it. Okay. And so that is the moral of the story. That's the story for you. Hope you learn from my experience. Do not live in the past. Once it is over, forget about it. I don't even dwell on the really good stuff that happened to me in the past. I don't think about it. When it's done, it's done. And we are moving on to bigger, better, and greater. Okay? Can I get an amen in the comments? Thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Talk to you all later. Peace.